Once again, NXT proves why it is one of the best wrestling shows in the world today. What is going on, wrestling fans? It is your boy, D-WIZZLE. Thank you as always for tuning back into the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the results for NXT Takeover Phoenix. That was this past Saturday. It's been a while since I talked about a regular NXT Takeover. I know the last one I talked about was NXT Takeover New Orleans. Man, it's been that long. I gotta be more consistent with these takeover shows, because I've been really enjoying these NXT takeover shows. I think they're worth talking about. I know I recently talked about NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, so there's one over there. But yeah, let's get right into this show in Phoenix. Overall, I really enjoyed this pay-per-view. Once again, NXT is putting in all the stops to make this such a great show. From the production value, to the wrestling, to the storytelling, just the character development, just all of this stuff is, once again, really good. But yeah, let's just get right into the matches. The first match of the night was for the NXT Tag Team Championships. You have Hanson and Rowe of the War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. This was a really strong opening once again. This is how you do tag team wrestling, WWE. This right here, NXT is proving that they actually care about tag team wrestling. Where the main roster, I don't know what's going on with that, you know? Like, this is how you do it, you know? This is how you build a tag team division. These great matches between this and the NXT UK Tag Team Championship match and NXT UK Takeover. This once again is great tag team wrestling. And also you have two very different styles, with the Undisputed Era being more of an agile type tag team versus Hanson and Rowe, which, you know, they're more the big dudes, which they also have some agile stuff in it too, but for the most part they're the big guys. They somehow make these two different styles work off each other really well. And yeah, I was just captivated by what was going on. One thing I didn't even realize is how agile Hanson is of the War Raiders. He's the bigger dude of the War Raiders. He's a big dude, but he can move. He's really fast, and he's doing moves off the top rope. He's ricocheting off the ropes, and it's like, I can't believe this dude is doing this. He's doing freaking somersaults and stuff like that. I'm like, this is crazy. And then you have Rowe, who's the smaller dude, lifting up Hanson to throw on top of the other opponent. It's like, this is crazy. This is insane. Yeah, overall, this tag team match was just awesome, man. This is a really good way to start off a show. So it turns out that it ended up being the War Raiders winning the tag team championships for the first time, and I'm actually okay with it. I think it is time for the War Raiders to get the championships, and I think the Undisputed Era has been great tag team champions for sure. They were really good, but I think it was time for them to get the belts off of them, you know, because they honestly weren't doing that much with the titles. So I'm not mad that they lost it. I think it's time for the War Raiders to get some attention, because, you know, they've just been so dominant over the past few months. You know, there's no way for you not to give the championships to them. So yeah, I really enjoyed that match. The next one we have is this regular match, Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. So over the past few weeks on NXT, there's been this rivalry going on with Cassius and Riddle. Cassius feeling like he's not given that many opportunities and he's being overlooked, while these new guys coming into NXT is getting a bunch of spotlight, and he's been getting really jealous. And Matt Riddle is the most recent signee of NXT, and he's been on the rise as of late. And of course, Cassius Ohno's trying to steal his thunder. They fought two separate times. First time was a squash. Matt Riddle squashed Cassius Ohno within a few seconds, and then there was a rematch which went on a little bit longer. But then Matt Riddle won again. And it seemed like they were going to shake hands and give respect, or fist bump in their case. But it turns out Cassius is still mad, and then he attacks Matt Riddle from behind. So yeah, that's what led to this match. And overall, I think this is the best match they had of the three that they did. It was a really good. I am a fan of Matt Riddle. I think he's really charismatic. I like his style. I just been having a hard time grasping his like wrestling style per se, because he seems like he's very like taking his time and whatever. But in this match, it actually showed what he could really do with fast pace and stuff like that. Being able to keep up with a Cassius Ohno, who's a really good wrestler. But he's a really good grappler wrestler. He does really good suplexes, and his knee attacks really good. Definitely has some highlights of MMA in there, and also he's in an MMA getup. He's only in mixed martial arts shorts, and he doesn't wear any shoes, which I thought that's actually really cool. It's kind of funny. And he walks to the ring in some slippers, and it just kicks him off when he gets in the ring. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude is crazy, but I love it. But yeah. This was a really good match overall. I think this is probably the weakest match of the show, but that's not saying that this match was bad in any way. This is still a really good match, but compared to the other matches of the show, I think this is probably the weakest one. But overall, it was a really good match. There was a spot where Cassius Ohno was stepping on Matt Riddle's exposed foot, because he's not wearing boots or anything, but he's stepping on his foot, and then Cassius bit his toe. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on right now? And then Matt Riddle retaliated and threw him across the steps and kneed him a few times, and there was a moment in the match where Cassius was like, okay, please, no, see, I respect you, and he tries to do the fist bump with him. He puts his fist out there, but Matt Riddle's like, no, I don't trust you, I'm about to kick your ass, and then he knees him right in the face, and then for the win, he freaking takes a hold of his neck, and then freaking elbows him in the chest numerous times until the ref gave up and ended the match, and Matt Riddle became the winner. But yeah, really good match. I can't wait to see what Matt Riddle does from here. Cassius, I don't think there's that much he can do in NXT at this point. I think he needs to move up to the main roster at some point. But they already moved a bunch of people to the main roster, so I don't know. And they're barely giving attention to all the people there. The EC3 it hasn't had a match on Raw yet. And then Lars Sullivan, we don't know what's going on with him. I heard he's fighting mental issues and stuff like that. But and then Lacey Evans, kind of a clunky start. She's ended up being in the Women's Royal Rumble match. And Nikki Cross is doing pretty decent. I think he's doing the best out of all the signees. War Raiders did a decent match on Raw. But yeah, Nikki Cross I think had the best debut so far. But I do think Cassius needs to go to the main roster, but I don't know if he's going to. Maybe they'll wait till after WrestleMania or something like that. But yeah, I definitely think Cassius has done everything he could in NXT, even though he hasn't won a championship there yet. But I don't think he needs to, honestly. But yeah, good match. The next one, this is the best match of the night. We have Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. This match was incredible. Johnny Takeover proving why he's one of the best underdogs in the company, and then Ricochet, one of the best high-flying wrestlers today. He's a freaking modern-day superhero, bruh. What I do want to say is I like the wrestling gear that they both had. They were doing homages to comic book superheroes. Friggin' Johnny Gargano like an X-Men type font on his trunks. The Johnny Takeover looks like the logo for the original X-Men logo. And then Ricochet is wearing black and red, homaging Miles Morales' Spider-Man. So I thought that was really good. But overall, this match was just, oh my gosh, so many high-flying matches, so many like ricochets off the top rope, so many I'm sorry, I have a hard time saying this. Toke Kombiro. What? I'm gonna go with that. 619s, jumping out the ring, submissions. Like, oh my god, it was freaking crazy. This was a demolition derby for sure. Yeah, it's just so many flips. Ricochet freaking recovering from a Frankensteiner, like Johnny Gargano does a Frankensteiner on Ricochet off the top rope, and then he saves himself and lands on his feet. That was amazing, dude. Like, I can't believe this. Yeah, it's just so amazing. Johnny, this proves he's one of the best wrestlers, like overall in the company, man. He is so good at what he does. I can't believe he's like underrated. This match proves what he can do against an awesome wrestler like Ricochet. You know, this is, oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say. But and I'm starting to warm up to Johnny Gargano's like heel, like maybe like tween heel persona. At first I didn't like it, but now, like, I'm starting to warm up to it now, because he actually shows he's just as charismatic as he was babyface. Sorry guys, like, I'm fighting a cold right now, so I'm gonna try to speak as clearly as possible, just to let you know. If you hear me sound nasally, that's why. But anyway, guys, how apparently Johnny Gargano, they gave the title to Johnny Gargano. He's your new NXT North American champion. He freaking rips the apron on the floor, and with the exposed concrete, and he does a suplex on the concrete to Ricochet, and then that's how he won the North American Championship. I'm glad they put a title on Johnny, man. I really am. I think he should have won the NXT Championship a long time ago, but they never put it on him, and I'm glad they did here, man. It's about time that he won a championship. Ricochet was a decent NXT North American champion, but once again, I think he became champion too soon. I think he needed more time to develop, and he hasn't been doing that much as the champ. So I'm glad to see Johnny getting his time to shine, you know. And then the next match we have is for the NXT Women's Championship. We have the undefeated EST of NXT. You have Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler of the Four Horsewomen of MMA. This match, I was the most excited for this match because Shayna Baszler is an awesome NXT Women's Champion. She's coming off to being one of the best female wrestlers in the company, and the whole Four Horsewomen thing that they're trying to build up. I was just really excited about that. Then Bianca Belair, oh my gosh, she is an amazing wrestler, man. I like her whole gimmick being the EST of NXT, and I like that they gave her an undefeated streak. I like her long hair. They use it as a whip. And she got some guns and some abs, bruh. I really enjoyed what Bianca was doing in the ring. So I thought this match was going to be amazing. You know, two great wrestlers going at it for the first time. This is like a dream match for me. I didn't think this was going to happen for a while, but I'm just glad it's happening now. But yeah, overall, this match was great, man. It's a very brutal match. You have Shayna Baszler's like brutal, like ground and pound style fighting against the strength of Bianca Belair. All of this was just great. It was a really good grappling match for sure. Definitely testing the strength of each other. Very brutal too. Like freaking Shayna was just like kicking her ass for a minute, and it's kind of weird to see Bianca in this state because she's normally dominant in these type of matches. But I'm glad to see that, Bianca's finally finding someone with equal strength for sure. There was a couple of times where I thought Bianca was going to win the championship. I didn't think she was going to, but there was a few moments where I thought she was going to win for sure. Like she does her with that move where she hooks up the opponent's arms and then lifts her up and has her land flat on her face. I forgot the move, but she does that like 2 times, and Shayna still kicks out, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the horsewomen even came out and interfered in the match, and of course I figured that was going to happen. And then she somehow was able to kick both of their asses and get them out the ring. So I'm like, oh my god, Bianca might even do this. But then of course Shayna gets her in a chokehold, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it's over. But then no, she gets her off of her, and then she does a 450 splash on top, and I'm like, oh, she's about to win the title. But nope, Shayna comes back and does a stranglehold and then chokes her out, and she retains the championship. Really, really good match. Like I said, I didn't think it was Bianca's time yet. I think she needs a little bit more time. And Shayna is already having really good momentum with the horsewomen. So I'm not mad that Shayna retained the championship. I think she needs just a little bit more time with it, and then Bianca needs more time to develop. But yeah, this is the first time that Bianca lost, so I wonder how she's going to recover from this. But overall, really, really good match. And the final match we have is for the NXT Championship. We have Aleister Black versus Tommaso Ciampa. So overall, I thought this match was really good, but I'll be honest, it had a hard time keeping up with the Ricochet and Johnny Gargano match, honestly, because that was the best match of the night. Now, they tried their hardest for sure. This was still a really, really good match, but honestly, like the Gargano and Ricochet match was so good, it could have main evented this for sure. So I guess it was kind of casting a shadow, but still, this was a really good match. Freaking Aleister Black trying to get revenge on Tommaso Ciampa for all the stuff that he's done to him. And you could tell it off of the emotion of the match. It's really good storytelling. Aleister just been waiting for so long to get his hands on Tommaso. Because he felt he was screwed the first time he got his championship match, and then that whole attack from Johnny Gargano and all that stuff. So you feel the frustration from Aleister's performance in the ring. He was like just kicking Tommaso Ciampa's ass, and you feel like Tommaso was just having a hard time keeping up with him. But yeah, I thought for a moment that Aleister was going to win this match because just all the stuff that Aleister had to go through, they're going to give the championship to Aleister, because I just feel like they convinced me that he deserves it, but Tommaso ends up retaining the championship. And I should have saw this coming because of Johnny Gargano winning the North American Championship, and recently on the few episodes of NXT, you see that Johnny and Tommaso are starting to mend a few things, I guess. They're starting to become allies again, so I think it would have made more sense for Tommaso to keep his championship, and then Johnny having his championship, and you have 2 dominant wrestlers, I guess, working together for the time being. But yeah, overall, this match was really good, though. I thought it wasn't a bad main event at all. It was still really good, and there was some really good back and forth, even though you felt like Aleister was dominating the entire match. Tommaso got the edge on Aleister. Got Aleister's knee to buckle, I guess, and it's pretty much he's been focusing on the injured knee of Aleister the whole time, and that's how he got the edge. He was pushing the referee on him, and then that caused distraction, and then Aleister, you thought was going to reverse it, but then you felt his knee starting to jerk, and then that's how Tommaso got the edge on him. and then did his finisher. He did the finisher on Aleister like 3 or 4 times, and he still didn't get him. But the 4th time he actually got him and retained the championship. So yeah, overall, really good match. So yeah, overall, this was a really, really good takeover. I don't think this is the best one. I think I enjoyed War Games a lot more, but I still think that this was a really good show. This is how you do a pay-per-view, for sure. At the end, they did this last minute like setup for a halftime match that they're doing for the Super Bowl, where you see Johnny Gargano come out to the ring and celebrate with Tommaso. They both have championships, and then out of nowhere, the Velveteen Dream comes and confronts Johnny, and he's like, "I want that North American Championship." And then Adam Cole comes out from the back and starts fighting with him, saying that, "No, I want the North American Championship." And then Ricochet comes out, and then there's this whole fight on the stage. Aleister Black comes and gets into a fight, and they all start brawling on the stage. They start pushing each other and yelling at each other. And then Triple H came out to stop the whole fight, I guess. And I guess that's going to be a setup for their halftime match at the Super Bowl. There's going to be a 6-man tag team match. It's going to be the Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black, and Ricochet versus Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing that match. Obviously, I'm not a football fan. I don't really care about the Super Bowl, honestly. If you ask me, like, what's my prediction for this, I guess I'll go with the Rams, because I just don't like the Patriots. I think they're really overrated, and they've been in the Super Bowl constantly. So it's like, honestly, I don't really care about the Super Bowl. I just gonna watch the commercials and halftime show, and I'm glad I got something for me to watch for the halftime show for sure. So I'll be watching that. But overall, really good show. Can't wait to see what they do next. Can't wait to see what they do for WrestleMania weekend. NXT Takeover New York, or is it Brooklyn? Somewhere in New York, since WrestleMania is going to be in New York. But yeah, I'm excited for what they do from here. And I'm going to give NXT Takeover Phoenix 4.5 out of 5 stars. So what did you guys think about the show? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was okay? Comment below and let me know. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe if you want to be updated on future videos I'll be doing. We're on the road to 50 subscribers. Hopefully we can reach that goal this year. Yeah, thank you as always for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.